Let me tell you something about women. Every woman you meet, the quiet ones, the loud ones, the strong, the shy, the ones who seem to have it all together, carries a story you will never fully know. A story of pain, a story of strength, a story of getting back up, again and again. Sometimes we see a smile, but we don't see the storm behind it. We see confidence, but we don't see the moments of doubt that came before. We see success, but not the night she cried herself to sleep wondering if she'd ever get there. Because behind every woman, there are 1,000 stories, and every one of them whispers the same truth: resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. If you're listening right now, I want you to stay with me till the very end, because this message might just make you see yourself, or the women around you, in a completely different light. And hey, if it does, subscribe and watch till the end, because we need more spaces that remind us what true strength looks like. The hidden battles. We talk a lot about success, but not enough about survival. We celebrate achievements, but we often forget the quiet victories. The woman who gets up and goes to work even when her heart is breaking. The mother who hides her tears so her children feel safe. The girl who chooses herself after years of being told she isn't enough. Those are the battles no one writes about, but they are the ones that define resilience. What resilience really means: resilience isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about facing what isn't, and still choosing to move forward. It's not about being unbreakable. It's about realizing that even when you do break, you can rebuild, and the pieces might come back stronger than before. Resilience doesn't mean you never fall apart. It means you give yourself permission to fall apart, but you don't stay there forever. The world's expectations from the time a woman is young, she learns to perform strength, be brave, be graceful, be strong, be perfect. And yet the world rarely asks, "Are you okay?" We've built a society that praises resilience but forgets to honor the pain that creates it. But here's the truth: you can't have resilience without struggle. You can't grow roots without weathering storms. The women who inspire us. Think of every woman who changed the world. Malala Yousafzai, Rosa Parks, Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey. None of them had easy stories. Their power didn't come from what went right. It came from how they responded when everything went wrong. Malala was silenced, and she turned her pain into a global movement. Rosa Parks was told to move, and she sat down for justice. Maya Angelou was broken, and she wrote words that healed millions. That's resilience. That's the power that lives inside every woman who decides her story isn't over yet. Everyday resilience. But resilience isn't just for heroes in history books. It lives in the everyday woman too. The one sitting at her desk, the one raising a child alone, the one trying again after being rejected, the one choosing peace over chaos. Every time you fall and stand again, you are writing another story. Every time you keep going when you could have quit, you're teaching the world what strength really looks like. Because resilience isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent, but steady. The quiet moments. There's a certain kind of beauty in the moments no one sees. When you're sitting in your room after another disappointment, whispering to yourself, "It's okay. I'll try again." When you wipe your own tears because no one else knows you're crying. When you forgive someone who never said sorry, just to free yourself. That's the kind of strength that reshapes souls. That's the kind of resilience that changes lives quietly, one choice at a time. The turning point. Resilience often begins at your breaking point. It's that moment when you have every reason to give up, and somehow you don't. It's when life tells you no, and you say, "Watch me." You see, strength isn't proven when things are easy. It's proven when you're standing in the ruins of what you thought your life would be, and still finding the courage to rebuild. The power of choice. Every woman has a moment in her story where she has to decide, do I let this define me, or refine me? That's the power of resilience. It doesn't erase pain, it transforms it. It turns heartbreak into wisdom. It turns rejection into redirection. It turns fear into fuel. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control what happens within you. The woman who keeps rising. You might not see it, but someone around you is fighting a battle right now, silently, bravely. Maybe it's you. And if it is, I want you to hear me clearly. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are not broken because you're struggling. You are human, and you're still standing. That is enough. That is strength. The myth of having it all together. We live in a world where everyone pretends to be fine. Perfect smiles, perfect photos, perfect lives. But behind those filters are women holding themselves together with quiet courage. And maybe it's time we stop pretending and start appreciating real resilience instead. Because the truth is, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to admit, I'm figuring it out. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Real strength looks like this. Real strength isn't the woman who never cries. It's the woman who allows herself to cry and still moves forward the next day. It's the woman who forgives without forgetting her worth. It's the woman who walks away from what hurts, even when it's hard. Real strength is quiet, gentle, but unshakable. It's resilience wrapped in grace. I've met women from all over the world, different cultures, different lives. But one thing I've learned, every woman has a story that could break your heart and still she smiles. That smile isn't ignorance, it's power. It's a decision to see light despite the darkness. And every time I witness that kind of strength, I realize the world doesn't run on perfection. It runs on resilience. The ripple effect, when one woman chooses to rise, she gives others permission to rise too. A mother heals herself and raises stronger children. A woman finds her voice and inspires others to speak. A survivor shares her story and gives hope to someone who thought they were alone. Resilience spreads. It multiplies. It transforms generations. The legacy of strength, maybe that's the greatest story of all. That our strength isn't just for us. It becomes a legacy. It becomes the light others follow when they've lost their way. Every time you rise, you make it easier for someone else to believe they can too. The gentle reminder, so if you're listening to this and you're tired, keep going. If you feel unseen, remember, your story matters. If you think you've failed, understand, resilience means you still have chapters left to write. You are one woman, yes, but inside you are 1,000 stories of courage, hope and rebirth. If this message touched your heart, subscribe and stay with me, because I promise, every week will remind you of the power you already have within you. And make sure you watch this till the end, because these words aren't just about strength. They're about you. You who has fallen. You who has risen. You who is still trying. That's what resilience looks like. The closing, so here's to you. The woman who keeps showing up. The woman who chooses hope over fear. The woman who may not have it all figured out, but hasn't stopped trying. You are proof that strength isn't loud. It's lasting. You are proof that resilience isn't rare. It's real. And you are proof that one woman can carry 1,000 stories and still write a new one tomorrow. Because the world doesn't need perfect women. It needs resilient ones.